Hey, how you doing? It's Chuck at On Point Holsters. So in this next video, I'm going to show you how to make a handcuff case. And I'm going to show you the different types of handcuffs there are, the different types of attachments we use, the different types of molds, where to buy the molds. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So the first thing we need to figure out is what type of handcuffs we're making this case for. And the reason why I say that is because there's really two different variations of handcuffs. So you have different companies. You have Springfield Armory, you have Smith & Wesson, you have Peerless handcuffs. And the two main differences really is whether they have a chain or they have a hinge. And some of the hinges on the different handcuffs are different sizes and different shapes. But for the chains, all the handcuffs are pretty much the same size as far as the molds go, and one set will pretty much work universal with the others. So the molds I use are from Ox Creek Tactical. So you can go online and you can buy the different versions. I've got a different mold to cover all the handcuffs, so I can make a handcuff case for any type of handcuffs at my On Point Holsters. So today we're going to make a case for a chain handcuff. So this is for the chain handcuffs. We're going to use this mold, and then after we have that mold, we'll use this trim jig. So I bought both of these together as a set from Ox Creek Tactical. So we'll get to that in a second. But the first thing we need to figure out is what kind of attachments that they're going to use. So like how they're going to, so the options is a foamy clip like this, or a paddle. So this customer elected for a paddle. So this is the standard paddle that we have here, but then we also have upgrades. We carry G-code paddles. So this is a large, a medium, and a small. So these are all on our site. These are just different options. Some customers like them. Some they're an additional cost because they're just more solid and a better clip, but most of the customers just elect to go with the standard paddle clip, and we'll drill the holes in and I'll show you how to make that. So the last option is the tech lock. So if it was going to go on a tactical belt or a law enforcement belt, some of the customers elect to use these tech locks that we have, and I can mount that also on the handcuff case. So for today's purposes, we're going to make a handcuff case for a chain handcuff, and we're going to use the standard paddle. So what I have is this trim jig that I cut out of metal, and basically it's the same exact size here. So what I need to do is, the only thing I really need to do is mount this on here, and then I'll heat the plastic. So the customer elected for a bubblegum pink. The customer ordered it, not me. So this is the color that we'll do it in. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I put this on here so it doesn't get cut off with a mold. So I got to make sure, like, this is the top that's going to get cut around the mold when I go to the router. So I want to make sure that I'm not cutting where the paddle is going to be. Leave enough space. And I just want to use a couple small pieces of tape, because I don't want the tape to mess with the design, and I don't want you to be able to see the tape. So I can do that, and then I'll just I just use a knife and cut it off. So I prep these molds. If you watch any of my other videos, I prep the molds, and you can see where I actually drill holes through here, and that's for the vacuum press. It allows the air to get sucked through, and then we'll get a better form. And I'll show you that once we get to that point. So again, I just need to have a couple small pieces of tape on here, because ultimately after we bend it, that's where this paddle's going to go, right? So this is prepped. I'm going to put the plastic in the heat press, and then we'll vacuum press it, and then we'll go from there. So now that I got it off the vacuum press, I mean, you can see the details really nice, right? So what's nice about the molds is it shows you where you have to drill. So if you see this spot, this is where I'm going to do the 4 holes, and then I'm going to connect it to the trim jig. So let me drill these out. Then I'm going to take the trim jig and I'll put this on here because I want to screw it down so when I take it over to the router table it doesn't move. So I just use some small screws that I have sitting here, and these vacuum molds make it so much easier. I mean, they cost a lot of money, but as far as production time, whether it's handcuff cases or whether it's gun hoses, it's just so much faster, and it's so much easier to prep the mold and then to cut the mold. So now what I'm going to do before I go to the router table, I want to cut off all the excess kydex. So I'm just going to go over to my bandsaw, and I'm just going to basically cut around the whole thing to leave the least amount of plastic so when I go to the router table. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll take you over the router table. So here it is off of the router table. We're going to take it off. So there it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes. I use this hole guide. I'll drill through holes, then I'll line it up with this, and then I got to take it out to the table. I use a heat strip. I'll heat it, I'll bend it, put it together, and then I'll show you the completed project. So here it is. Here's the finished product. With the paddle, there's the handcuffs. Just slides in, retention, they don't come out. It's pretty nice, right? I mean, the customer elected for this color. We can make it in any color or any design we have. And you can order it today at www.onpointhosters.com. So that completes the video on how to make a handcuff case. I hope you got something from it. If you got any questions, if you need some help, reach out to us, put a comment in the comment section, and and let us help you. If you want to learn how to make them, you can also go to my YouTube channel, which is On Point Holsters, and this video will be there showing you step by step how to make it. Or you can reach out to me through my Facebook page, or you can send us an email at www.onpointhosters.com. Thanks, and have a great day.